Good afternoon and welcome to the open prayer session by Faithful. My name is Dion Simpson and I'm the Head of Faith Partnerships here at Faithful. Today's open prayer session is open to anybody, whether you have a strong faith and strong belief, or whether you used to and you don't anymore, or perhaps you're not from any faith background, but actually just want to take some time out with us, reflect, consider, and take some time to just rest and relax our souls. So everybody is welcome to join us. If you want to have your cameras on, that's absolutely fine. But I would ask if you can keep your microphones muted during the session, just so we don't disturb each other throughout the prayer session. If you have any questions, you are welcome to use the chat function so I can obviously respond to any questions or queries that you have throughout the session. So I'm delighted that you're here today. Today is Friday, the 11th of October. Autumn has well and truly set in, and I know some get really excited for autumn. While others, start to get a little bit low because the night's starting to get a bit darker sooner, and it is, gets a bit colder, and I know some people can struggle with those sorts of things. So for our prayer session today, I'm going to show you a really simple way to pray that will be suitable for anybody at whatever stage their faith is at. So I'm going to explain it to you first, and then I'm going to take you step by step through this prayer tool. Now, I know a lot of faiths use, different tools to help them pray, such as prayer beads and candles, but we don't always have access to those sorts of things. So I'm going to teach you the prayer using your hands. So this is just a simple prayer of 5 things, and hopefully it's a way that you can, remember easily and guide your own prayers in your own time. So the first thing that we're going to pray for is yourself. Very often, in this busy life we find ourselves in, we are normally the last people on our prayer list. So today I'd like you to focus on, firstly, praying for yourself. The next one is family. And I know families come in all shapes and sizes. Some are blood families, some are chosen families. Whatever your family looks like, the next thing we're going to pray for is family. After that, we're going to pray for friends. We have friends of all kinds, some really close, some we don't see very often, might be living in other countries. Whatever the situation is, we're going to take some time and pray for our friends. The most challenging one, we're going to pray for our foes. So this is people that we, don't get on with. Perhaps they don't like us. Maybe something in our past has caused the relationship to break down. Whatever that is, we're going to commit to pray for the person who, is, for whatever reason, not part of our friend and family circle. And lastly, we're going to pray for the future. Each of us has a future, and I find it really uplifting to be able to take some time and just, pray into our own futures, but also the futures of other people in our lives. So, if you're ready, make sure that you are sitting comfortably. Make sure you're in a quiet space. Maybe you want to let the other people in your environment know that, you need 10 minutes without any interruption. Some people prefer to sit on the floor, maybe take your shoes and socks off. Others might prefer to adopt a prayer position, whatever feels absolutely comfortable to you. before we start, I'm just going to take you through a quick breathing exercise. I find this is a really helpful way to center ourselves, a helpful way to connect with the inner parts of ourselves, the spirit or the soul, whatever you refer to that as. So if you can sit up straight, put your shoulders back, and what I'd like you to do, take a long breath in through your nose, really steady, slow pace. Count to 5, and then a long breath out. Count to 5. So I will demonstrate for you. Well done. Let's try that again. A long in breath for 5, and then an out breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and make sure the breaths are slow and steady. Let's just take a moment. Your breaths nice and steady. Just focus on relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms and hands, relaxing your neck, your head and face. Relax those core stomach muscles. And hopefully you're feeling a little more relaxed, grounded and centered. So we will begin our guided prayer. Let's pray for ourselves. Perhaps you have poor health and you'd like to pray about your poor health, that you will get stronger and more energy. Perhaps you have difficulties, things that you've been struggling with, either on a personal level, maybe mental health or unhealthy behaviours. And they're just things you want to draw attention to. And you want to be able to encourage yourself that, this is just for a season. Change is always coming, just like the seasons. Perhaps you want to congratulate yourself. Perhaps you've done something amazing this week. Perhaps you've had a success you weren't expecting, or a success that you worked really, really hard for. It's okay to praise yourself and congratulate yourself on the wins and achievements in your life. So let's just take a couple of minutes and pray for ourselves. Move on to our next prayer. So for our next prayer, we're going to pray for our families. Families can be both joy and pain. Some of us may have the most amazing families. Others, maybe your family are not what you hoped for. But we get the opportunity today to pray for our families, whatever they look like. Let's pray for good things for our families. Let's pray for our connections and for our relationships. Let's pray that families that we have are able to show and share love in healthy and productive ways. So let's move on to the third point. Let's take some time to pray for our friends. This could be friends from the area we live, friends we've had for a really long time. Maybe they're new friends. Maybe they're friends from work or from groups and activities that we attend. Friends can be a wonderful blessing and commitment. So let's take some time to be thankful for those connections and to pray good things into them. To our fourth prayer point, perhaps one of the most difficult things for us to pray for, our foes. It just means people who have become enemies with us, or perhaps we've become enemies with them. Perhaps somebody broke our trust. Perhaps we have hurt somebody. We've disappointed them with our behaviour or with an action. Maybe there's no reason at all you can think of why somebody is against you. Many of the faiths that we follow place a high importance on forgiving of our enemies, and it's not an easy task. One way that we can start that journey is to pray for that person. So let's just take a few moments, pray for those people who are against us, don't like us, perhaps been the subject of bullying or abuse in some context. And let's try our best to pray for them and to pray good things for that person. Pray healing for that person and restoration. Still with us? Well done. We're now ready for our last prayer point, the most exciting of all, which is the future. We're really fortunate that each of us has a future. We have a tomorrow. So let's take some time to think about our future, the future of our friends and families, what things we might want to achieve or change or develop in our future. So let's take a few moments to consider what comes next. Thank you for joining us for today's open prayer session. We hope that it has been restful, relaxing, and encouraging for you. I pray that you will be blessed over this weekend and the coming weeks, that all of your hopes and dreams are on their way, and that you have joy and happiness in your lives. You can join us again for an open prayer session by visiting Eventbrite or our website. For those of you interested in places to pray, please get in touch with me directly or visit our website, where you can find hundreds of places to pray across the UK. Thank you again, and have a blessed